and welcome to another Wraggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. It's Father's Day 2022. First ever beer from Jacaranda Brewing Company, if that's how you pronounce it. And I see a lot of these at both my Cockcliffe Country House workplace and my Kelham Country Manor workplace. And I'm talking about Wagtails. So what beer shall I review today? And this is a brand new brewery. They've got two more beers out that are on sale at least anyway at Adventure Beer. So there's Jackdaw English Pale Ale and Warbler Amber Ale. Today I'm reviewing this one. I'm going to get my chair sorted out, mind you. So yeah, see these a hell of a lot all the time around, especially Cockcliffe. So I will read what it says on the back. Got the trusty magnifying glass so I can actually see what I'm doing. Wagtail Pale Ale, a sessionable pale ale brewed with the addition of oats and wheat for a soft mouthfeel and a smattering of American hops for a delicate citrus flavour. The hops are Summit, Amarillo, Cascade, Citra, and yeast is US 05. 4.2%. It says here, Jacaranda Brewing Company, we're passionate about making great tasting, well-balanced beer. We use the best ingredients and brewing methods to create a range of uniquely different but equally enjoyable beers for all. Crafted in the heart of Nottinghamshire, in Brinkley, in Southall, NG25 OTW UK. Brinkley. I've heard of that. Obviously, I go through Southall to get to Newark. I've heard of Brinkley. I'll have a Google on the old thing later. So yeah, it's Father's Day. And because it rained yesterday, I went out today and did some gardening, and I absolutely hated it. It's funny, Sunday is a religious day. Yeah, I religiously don't work Sundays. And I've only done it because I'm going away next week and I don't want a backlog of gardens to look after. So there we go. Quite a light pour. Straw. You'd class it as a straw to gold pour, wouldn't you? Yeah, I'm crap with colours. Good carbonation, crystal clear, perfectly clear pour, just like it would be if it was on cask. Lovely white head, quite a thin white head on this, and for once, a good pour, dare I say. All right, looking forward to this. Cheers, Jacaranda Brewing Company. Looking forward to seeing many, many more of your beers, and hopefully, if I can find Brinkley, I might pass through one time on the way home, or not on the way to. I'll start early in the morning, but on the way home, it'd be good. Cheers. Nicely malty, refreshing. Straight away, I get a refreshing vibe from this. Fruity, slightly hoppy, modern traditional. We're not talking craft, and you don't expect that a lot of the time these days. Um, the thing with modern traditional beers, they're for the masses. Craft is more for, in my opinion at least, it's not always for the masses. Yeah, a lot of people drink craft beer, a lot of people drink modern traditional, but they drink a hell of a lot more modern traditional than they do craft. Um, and traditional beers, but you need to look at supermarkets and the volume that gets sold to understand that. You know, I've worked in supermarkets, I do understand that side of things. And with any company, you're going to open up and you're going to try and appeal to a wider um, area of people. I'm based in Southall. Southall's quite it's a small town in Nottinghamshire. I did go to college there, Brackenhurst College, as when it was the horticultural college. Well, it was agriculture, but we did horticulture there. Did my 3 years of learning how to be a gardener. That's good times, apart from the buses. But there you go. And I absolutely hate the drive-through at night going home because it's just the cars. Some cars are just so. What's the word? Yeah, not nice. There's a word, but we're not going down that street. Anyway, to the beer. So great to see these beers. I love the bird themed. I'm sure my good fellow Kent Beer Reviews will be very interested in these beers, as someone who likes looking at birds. Uh, Not that sort of birds, obviously. Maybe, but I'm not going down that street either. Crisp, refreshing, easy going, crowd pleasing beer for me. Biscuity malt on the taste there as well. Just came in. Ooh. For those local who've had this, let me know what you think. And for those further afield who've had this and have had Jacaranda beers, let us know. It's always good to have feedback on breweries and their new beers. But tasting absolutely spot on. And in a time where COVID has been here, I mean, I tried to look. I think it's the Facebook page where there's more information. But I tried to look. I won't have a proper look. The internet's playing up again. But in a time after COVID, to bring out a new brewery, it's a great thing. It shows that there's a passion for brewing in any walk of life. There's a way of doing something and coping with whatever the circumstances are around you. Um, Not always easy. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. And I mean, for my boss at my workplaces, obviously he's brought me in as a gardener. It would have literally cost him a hell of a lot of thousands of pounds, a hell of a lot. I couldn't tell you how much, but a hell of a lot to do what I've done in the 2 years. That's just in the cost of plants. So, and he before would have spent, he bought 10 lavenders at £15 a lavender. Yeah. And I'm growing thousands and thousands. So you can understand that, I've saved a bit of pennies, a few pennies, should we say. But yeah, look at that crystal looking pour, really looking nice in a navigation brewery glass. It's showing off. It's like cask quality beer in bottle, and certainly tasting really, really good. This Father's Day, I've been out for 4 hours working. Only because I didn't want to work in the rain yesterday. I didn't fancy it yesterday in the rain. And I've been to the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival on Friday and didn't fancy getting bending over and that when you've had a beer. But yeah, tasting really well today. Um, wow. Always nice to have a good beer from a new brewery too, because it gets you on the right foot going forward. If you have a bad beer from a brewery, you're like, oh, I don't really fancy any more of them. But a good beer, good introduction to these people. For me, a good 4.3 out of 5. And as you can see, great carbonation, crystal clear pour, white head. I've got biscuity malt, it's light malt flavours coming through. I've got a nice fruitiness, a subtle fruitiness coming through. See if I can get out before I turn it off. Yeah, a subtle fruitiness, but a really easygoing, crowd-pleasing beer for me. Very nice, very well played, and big thanks to Adventure Beer for stocking these. Without people like Adventure Beer stocking breweries, we would never, a lot of us would never know. And the bottle shops do. They are an extension of each and every brewery, and there's and it helps the likes of me get beers I probably wouldn't have seen if I hadn't have known about it. And that's a great thing as a beer reviewer and as a fan of beers. And that's it for this review. Thank you all for watching, subscribing, liking, and we'll see you soon. Cheers all.